doing. Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Running Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined, as always, by my boy, Sped Rock. What is going on, Sped?
Yeah, chilling. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hope everybody is doing great out there in the audience. Make sure you tune in. We will get started as we always do. Welcome to the Run Wrestling Podcast, your home for all things wrestling, hate-free, and drama-free. Please join in the discussion, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I checked right before we went online. We are at 133 subscribers now, so we are slowly making our way to 200. The goal is 200 by WrestleMania. I wouldn't be mad if we hit it early. Wouldn't be mad if we had 200 by Elimination Chamber. Let's do it a month early. Knock it out of the park like you guys always do. We really appreciate it, but definitely join the discussion because it's better when you're here. It's better when you guys are talking. Alan Taylor, yeet. I see it already. See it on the face. As you can see by the thumbnail, we got a pretty big show. There is a PLE coming up. Vengence Day for NXT. Looks like it's going to be a big show. We also have a non-title match. As you guys know, the NXT title will be for the NXT predictions will be for my NXT title belt that I have held on for a little while now, making me the Emperor of the run-in. As you see on my little name tag here, it says Emperor Mike. So
Emperor.
there. So I am putting the NXT title on the line, but not the AEW title. That will be a non-title match for Grand Slam because it is essentially just a normal televised show for AEW, but it's also going to be a great show. We will predict those matches as well. So there's a lot to get into. Anything you want to go for before you get into the slideshow?
No, because we're going to bring it up during the final word.
All right,
TC.
Well then, oh wow, a shot at TC. TC, make sure you stay running in the show to see how he takes a shot at you. Good night, sir.
Clap, clap, clap.
All right, here we go. Starting off with Monday Night Raw. Jey Uso has now officially picked Gunther to face at WrestleMania. Not a huge surprise either way. We kind of thought he was going to pick Gunther. And that automatically, just like it does in the crowd, gets some heat chants going.
God. Why?
Look, 3 shows in a row now, he's had to restart his entrance, man. I mean, I said it last week. I've said it a few times. If the crowd reaction that he has gotten doesn't tell you that this was the right choice for him to win,
Yeah, no,
I don't know what you're thinking.
No, I get that, but we can't just give everyone a damn yeet encore every time. All right, we hurry it up. All right, this ain't the Undertaker taking 30 years coming out, or Randy Orton taking 45 years coming out. He's coming through the crowd. He's doing the thing. He's having fun. All right, not every town needs an encore. But that would look this right here, though. This right here, I really thought Gunther was making a statement at first when he pulled him out and he started slapping the crap out of his chest, and then he put him in the choke. It looked like he was going for what is that called? Anaconda Vice. But yeah, no, Jay coming out like, hey, listen, Jeff Hardy style, sitting on the ropes, like, I'm not dead yet. You didn't kill me, and I'm gonna choose you now. Yeah, it sounded like Pokemon, Ask Ketchum. I choose you, But yeah. Look, I get.
Gotta love the Pokemon reference.
I know, right? I get that people are I get everyone's on board with this, and I'm on board with it too. My son's on TC's on board with it.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously Aiden's on board with it. But like that's the thing though. We haven't really had a guy since John Cena that we could honestly say is a kid, God. Cena could what's up, Mr. U? Cena could sell merchandise to the children like Jay can,
Yeah, that's true. And again, shout out Mr. U. Be sure to check out his podcast. He goes 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern with the T3. I was lucky enough to be a guest on that show tonight before we went live here. So make sure you go check that out. Check him out every week. Again, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central on his YouTube channel. But yeah, and it goes a lot of ways, man. I mean, Sped can spew some hate over the Yeet, but he'll spread some love when we start talking about Dom Mysterio.
Dude, oh my god! Everyone loves Jay. Once Sped loves, a heel, everyone's like.
Definitely, I think it's going to be a great match. I think we all want Jey Uso to win, whether he will or not. I think it would be a great. Be a great moment at WrestleMania. Could you imagine if he wins the Yeet party that will happen at the WrestleMania, especially or the Monday night after WrestleMania?
Oh my god!
I mean,
it would be 30 minutes. Those guys take over. It would be 30 minutes. Listen, they're really going to have to go 12 a.m. instead of 11 p. They're going to have to go to midnight on that one. Because he's going to be like, yeah. He's going to be like, okay, look, I can't do it no more. My arms hurt. Everyone's like, keep going. Keep going.
And Mr. U, if Dom turns face, will still hate him. I don't know. He's been getting a lot of love. He's been getting a lot of love.
Not on Monday. When he came out against...
Not this past Monday.
I was going to say, when he came out against... oh, no. Jay is not leaving the title without the title.
I think we all kind of agree on that.
Yeah. They ain't pulling a Shinsuke on this one, where Shinsuke versus AJ. Shinsuke is the Royal Rumble champion. They ain't pulling that going here.
Next up, Damage Control versus the Judgment Day. What do you think about that? Dakota Kai returning from injury?
Well, listen, did you see the bump that Liv took? And I didn't show the scar or the bruise, the stuff. I didn't show it because we would get monetized real quick. First off. Demonetized, I meant. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to get that.
Not that we're monetized in the first place. We're not there yet.
We're not yet.
You subscribe so we can get there.
Yeah, keep subscribing. Do it. But no, this was a great match. I know that we're getting EO versus Rhea in 3 weeks' time at Monday night.
That official. No, it's the Monday. The Monday night after Elimination Chamber. Yeah,
right. I thought. But yeah, I know we're getting that, and that's just a waste of time at this point. We know
it's never a waste of time.
Come on,
the great match that it's going to be is not going to be a waste of time.
Oh no! You're
not putting two scrubs in there and telling them just to go waste time.
You're right.
These are two of the best professional wrestlers on that roster. Do we think EO's going to win? No.
That's what I mean by the waste of time. That's what I mean by the waste of time.
But there's nobody on the roster that you would put in there. So you're just saying don't let Rhea fight because she's
no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you could build EO in Rhea for Mania. Easily, all right. Instead of having them fight for the title now, and then potentially again at Mania, because some hiccup that's going to happen or something like that. That's during this match. It's just he said enjoy the match.
Enjoyed the match too. It was a good match.
No, I like this match. I'm just saying I feel like they could do more with the EO versus Rhea versus what they're doing now. You could run the whole storyline that Rhea costs EO. EO could be the bad, the heel in this feud, and she still would get cheered. It doesn't matter how you have EO. EO is loved by everybody.
But kind of to Mike's point though, it will advance a different story because right now the Damage Control thing is kind of at a standstill. So I think this is it gives EO something. It gives EO time.
I like Mike
to stay relevant. With a high-profile match. No, she's not going to win. She's going to have a great showing. They're going to have a great match.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep her name on the tip of everyone's tongues. So later down the line, she can have another match and it still seems credible. Whether it's an IC match, whether it's a tag team match at WrestleMania, something like that. So either way you do it, them having this match is going to be a good thing regardless of how it comes out.
Yeah, no, I feel
the only thing that wouldn't make it good is if Rhea comes out and squashes her, which I don't think that's they're not gonna do that because
the Brock
Triple H doesn't do that near as much. So I think it will be a good match. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, but Liv
will both improve EO and Rhea.
I think Liv answer TC real quick. I think Liv and Raquel are going for the tag titles here soon. That's just me. I think they're doing right.
And they should.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they were
we
great.
need more women's tag teams. I want them to stay in the tag division because I don't want Liv and Rhea anymore either.
Oh no, I get that. I get that. Oh yeah, definitely. I get that. Yeah. Live no more. No mas, please. But
Yeah.
man, she took a bump. Her
Yeah,
eye.
that was
Good
definitely
God.
nasty.
But then Io showing out like usual, and I love it. Yeah, and like people are putting up there Io versus Liv. That would have been they put on the chemistry is really good. There's a lot of sequences there that was like very smooth between the two, even with the blood coming out. You know, it's like crazy.
And here's an interesting one from Mr. U. I think Damage Control Stitch is about to implode. Just a feeling about Dakota Kai. Asuka and Kairi are already a tag team on their own. Yeah, I mean, and she had the IC title match with Lyra. She got to the finals there.
I think they're just worried about her injury proneness now.
Yeah.
You know, like I think they're worried about that more than anything. It looks like
and if
Ivy's about
anybody
to get
turns, it's
pushed.
going to be Dakota Kai.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because Kai,
has a
she's done
history
it
of it.
before. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah, it was against Tegan Knox. She kicked her right back into the shark cage.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you also have that. She also turned on Raquel in
Raquel,
NXT as well.
yes, that's right. That's
So
right.
when
she
they were a
did,
tag
yeah.
team.
You're right. I forgot about that one. I had to think about
Yeah.
that.
Let's see. Yeah, she got a taste of the IC title. Yeah, and yeah, definitely, Michael talking about the Liv Morgan cut. It was brutal. The pictures after the fact. I mean, it was.
Oh
It was
yeah.
a pretty big gash. So definitely shout out to her for finishing the match. And I don't know where it got. I mean, some people are saying it got cut when she
With
was
the
doing the
swing.
swing, using
Yeah.
her as a weapon.
Well,
I'm not
you can
100%
see her.
sure, but
You can see her put when she hits Io. You can see her afterwards going like this, like holy crap, I'm cut open.
okay.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
her grabbing her face and like, oh man, yeah. That's when I was like, dang. My wife even goes, "Yo, she's bleeding really bad." I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, they could turn that into something more. I mean, that not that she doesn't get a lot of reaction from the crowd anyway.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm not going to say it's Becky Lynch kind of when she got cut, but if they wanted to, they could capitalize on it.
Oh yeah, no, Becky Lynch getting her face caved in, that was crazy.
Yeah. But unfortunately, they're going to keep her as a heel because they need her as a heel right now. So.
Yep, that they do.
Next up, you've got American Made that made a statement.
Man,
go ahead.
This match was crazy good. All right, how do you start off with everyone going Snoresville? Okay, the crowd was quiet, and then they got him. This is awesome chants near the end. That's how you turn things around.
Tag teams in WWE, man.
That's what I was gonna say.
Crazy.
That's what I was gonna listen. I was told a few years ago that by EC to watch the Creed boys. He was like, the brothers are great. Watch the Creed brothers, and now they're with Chad Gable, and people were like, "Oh, hold on here, hold on." I think they just showed up and showed out, and they're gonna do some really good things in this tag division this year, 2025. We're gonna be seeing some good things in that tag division. Watch.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about the Raw tag division. You've got them, the War Raiders. Obviously, you've got the New Day there. Underrated, but you got A-Town Down Under that's coming over there after they get done getting their ass kicked by Obafemi. More to come on that later. So, I mean, the Raw tag team division, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, how this was the least interesting of the two tag teams. Tag team divisions between them and SmackDown. I actually think I like this tag team division better now.
Oh yeah.
SmackDown's with now that you're going to start pushing the Creed, the New Day, everybody like that. Look, and we'll talk about the New Day here in a minute. I see the comment from TC.
Yeah. I don't know how you hate them.
We'll definitely get into more than that. I mean, obviously, I know how you hate them because you're supposed to, which means they're doing their job.
I love it. I've been putting up.
And that's it right there.
Yeah.
100%.
Hell yeah. You're right. You're right. 100%.
When you give a match time to breathe and you have the people in the match who can make it happen, like you do with the War Raiders and the Creed brothers, magic happens.
Magic. Very, yeah. When what is it, Julius? I think it was Julius when he grabbed the the title and hit Ivar in the head, I was like, all right, cool, we're getting round 2 of this.
Yep.
Like, I am,
Yeah,
sign me up, you know?
Yeah, they can wrestle 10 more times.
Oh yeah. What was it? A few during the strike days, if people remember that, Triple H said, "Hell, I'll just wrestle a broomstick right here." I would love what I would watch the Creeds versus a broomstick any day of the week.
Definitely. Next up, Logan Paul qualifies for the Chamber. Has a little back and forth with CM Punk. What do you think about Logan Paul being in the Chamber? Do you agree with it?
Yeah, look, it's better than, and don't let everyone's gonna hound me on this one. It's better than Rey Mysterio. All right, Rey is getting old. All right, you know he's abuelo at this point, and for your non-Spanish speaking fans out there, that's grandpa or granddad. Okay, he's abuelo at this point. Okay, and the young buck right there, he's proven to have really good chamber matches. We've seen him in a couple already, and they've been fantastic matches. Look, I like what CM Punk said. He was like, he called out John Cena about getting the free ride, which, you know, everybody should agree John Cena deserves that. All right. He held the company down through and through. Okay. But now it's Punk's turn in his eyes, you know, and, you know, Vijo. He is old. He is old. But that's the thing. He's abuelo. He's old. But that's the thing, though. We're going to see all these guys. All eyes are now on Cody Rhodes. All right. Who is going to face Cody Rhodes? Is it going to be John Cena going for his 17th? Or is it going to be CM Punk finally getting his WWE Championship match in the main event of WrestleMania?
Or is it going to be Logan Paul?
It's not going to be
Logan Paul with his first WrestleMania main event?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. He's got a better chance of winning the Kentucky Derby with a donkey than he does with that.
That's a good point. He hasn't won a match in a long time.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's funny you say that. The last person to beat John Cena was who? Anybody know?
I don't remember.
Solo.
Oh, that is right. I do remember that. I remember that now. And I'll go back to a point, Michael's made this on his show a couple times. And if you don't know, check out the Kicking Attitude podcast with Michael and Tori. They've got a really great show most of the time on Thursday nights. I guess they're not having a show tonight, so we get the pleasure of his company here tonight. So we really appreciate it.
I'm playing. I hope everything's okay.
But I mean, the guy especially for only being in the business for 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord, he's good. I mean, I'm not talking about his personality or how he is as a human being. As an athlete in that ring,
oh my God,
you gotta say he's close to one of the top guys. I mean,
he is
the
great.
Things he can do in there, he's amazing.
And look, I understand he only defended the title 2 times or 3 times when he held it, right? And
but that
LA
fits
Knight,
his character. We talked about that during the time.
It does. But I was gonna say, every match that he had with that title, though, you're like, okay, I get it now. I get why he's champion. Because he is that damn good.
And I will say this about the second part of your comment, Mike. I hear a lot of people say that. And a lot of people make fun of Logan Paul because he does a lot of moves that Hangman does. Does that say more about Logan Paul, or does that say more about Hangman, that somebody's been in the business 3 years, can do everything you're doing, and some of it do it better?
Well, that's what someone said before to Hangman. And I think it was on X that, you know, what you said. Hey, how are you going to be mad at someone copying your stuff but being better? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, he definitely makes people turn the TV on. He makes people turn YouTube on.
He does.
He makes people turn anything on.
He does.
It gets more eyes on your product.
Which comment, Mr. U? Because there's a few of them that Omega's made.
Yeah, I mean that's true about Logan Paul. I mean, will he be able to do wrestle night in, night out? And I don't know that he'll ever have to, just because of the attraction that he is.
Yes.
As far as the streamer side, I don't know that he'll ever have to go through the grind.
I don't think so, man. He's already put the time in to be a celebrity that he is, you know, and he brings in more people. There's so many people that watch this guy.
Exactly. That is a very good point.
That is a great point.
That is a great point.
Yeah, that is a very
just
very
look at the guy
point.
that's just had a lawsuit put against him.
Yeah.
I would put Logan Paul's talent a lot, just in-ring talent. Obviously, that the other guy we're talking about had some charisma, and it was a different time too. But yeah, and that's kind of one of my points. The Buckshot Lariat's done better by a guy that's been 3 years than the guy that's who made the move famous. Come on now. I don't know that's the flex you think it is.
TC, you think that he's better than Dom? That's fine, but those two together were freaking blow the roof off with booze. Those two alone.
As much as this pains my throat to form the words that are coming out, I don't know that he's better than Dom.
He's not better than Dom.
I don't know that Dom. I mean, if Dom wanted to, Dom could do 90% of what Logan Paul does in the ring.
Oh, easy.
But Dom can do the little things that Logan Paul can't do. So no, I don't think he's better than Dom in the ring. But again, to Sped's point, they have talked, and it was on the Impulsive podcast that they talked about being a tag team. Could you imagine the heat they would get if they became a tag team?
Oh my god! It would be like they would have to have the mic in their mouth talking because you couldn't hear crap. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. But, like, I know you guys give me so much heat for everything about being a Dom fan and stuff. But, like, that's the thing, man. This kid hasn't even had a chance to cut a promo yet. And there's people backstage that say, this kid can cut a promo, and you guys are booing the crap out of him.
Well, let's be fair. He still is able to cut promos. It's not like he's never been able to cut a promo.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean by that. I do. But lately, you can't hear the kid. You still can't hear him. And it's been, 2 years since he turned heel? Yeah.
Yeah.
What other person can you think of?
TC said he'd probably even root for him.
Yeah. Look, I would root for him as soon as I get the tag titles.
You get heat because you can't. Okay.
Now you like that.
See, there's the point. It's not the fact that you like Dom, it's the fact that you love Dom. There's a point where you can like Dom and we're okay with it because all of us can respect what Dom does in the ring. It's when you go over and you start getting the ode to Dom, and Dom's the best thing in the world, and Dom,
I didn't say he's the best
you try to look like Dom, and you try to act like Dom.
Hold on, time out. Esteban can attest to this. This white trash look right here has been here since it grew in. All right, I grew this shit in at 27. Did not cut it off. All right, I was like, screw that. I've looked like Joe Dierte since. Okay, folks, that's why I look like that. I love it.
Yep. Miss, you said you almost made it out to be the GOAT.
Hey, listen, he's gonna be La Cabra one day. All right, he will. The greatest luchador.
But back to the original point, I think Logan Paul definitely deserved to be, and I agree with you. I agree with your initial point that it's better for Logan Paul to be in this match than Rey Mysterio.
Yes,
because this is not Rey Mysterio from 2005. 2006.
No. I would be afraid if he was in the Elimination Chamber today. Like, would WWE really have what's best interest for him if that was the case? Yes, it does. Okay, it does. Okay, look. Okay, sometimes it comes in like this right here. Okay, on both sides, and then I can't grow in facial hair right here or right here. Okay, because now I got blown up one too many times. My mouth got shut, wires shut. So that's why I can't grow facial hair right there.
All right. So anyway, back to the wrestling. I do think Logan Paul is going to add a lot to this match. And you look at who's in there already. You've got Drew McIntyre, who obviously just qualified, so he's a big heel.
Yes.
But to start it out with, you had guys that weren't really heels in there. You need some heels in there to counteract.
Yep.
Cena and Punk.
Yep.
So I think he just makes sense with him being in there. Like I said, I don't want Rey Mysterio in there, just because I don't think he could do. I don't know. Barely holding on is right because
I don't know about that.
He just can't do what he used to.
I was gonna say he looks like he's slowed down a good bit, and I get it. He's getting older. We all know that,
but I don't know that I would go so far as say as barely holding on. He can still go. He
can
can't
still
do
go.
what
Yeah.
he used to do, but he
No.
can. He's a lot better than a lot of other wrestlers his age. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. Well, yes, 100%. Carlito versus him. Carlito looks like he looks like he needs to be put out in pasture.
So this will be
That's
a
right now.
comment for another
No.
night. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
I was
doing
gonna
that
say
tonight.
not right now.
That's
That's not.
definitely write it down, Sped, so we can do that for a future episode.
I already have that. Dom's not even on the top 5 of that right now. His career is still further than what he should be for that. Yeah, but it will happen.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. He's going to be the guy that's going to jump off the pods and do all of that, and
Yep.
and make the YouTube social media moment.
Yeah.
That's what he's there for.
Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy crap!
No, we don't have 6 hours, Mr. U, unfortunately. We'd love to spend that much time with you guys, but I think both of our wives would kill us if we were on here for 6 hours straight.
Yeah. See, he's married to a
so,
Southerner, and I'm married to a Yankee. I'm screwed. All right, them Yankee girls are mean. What's going on, Stampede? How you doing?
What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
Eddie, hey, he was good. I'm looking forward to that.
A couple of matches for next week. A couple of really good matches.
Yes.
We'll start off with the women's. Roxanne, after her strong performance in the Royal Rumble, gets a qualifying match against Raquel. Who do you think takes that match coming up?
I got Roxanne. They love what she's gonna do and everything, man. They got so much. They're gonna put the strap on her and shoot her right to the moon. And you take that from Cameron Grimes. She's going to the moon. All right, but that match right there, that's gonna be a good one. But let's focus on that Seth Rollins Finn Balor match real fast. Rematch.
Can I give my prediction for the women's match first?
Okay, go for it.
Do I not get to pick the women's match?
Oh, are we doing the title?
No, but I'd still like to pick who I thought was going to win for you. Just sped right through it. Sped.
Oh, my bad. I gotta stop drinking this stuff.
I actually think Roxanne wins too. I agree with you. If I got a chance, but she shouldn't lose. She shouldn't lose to Raquel. She should definitely be in there. That way, it sets up a lot of stuff with Bailey. As Michael said, I agree with Stampede, who shouldn't.
Yes.
TC even thinks she's going to win it and start with Bailey. So yeah, I mean,
definitely
100% she should win. Yeah, she's coming up Saturday night. Yep.
I thought so.
A lot like Bailey. Her and Bailey have very similar trajectories. They're on every show every week. They're all over the place. The only difference is Roxanne isn't in the NBA Celebrity All-Star game, which would be kind of weird because I think she's like 3'5" or something like that. But anyway, moving on to the match that you couldn't wait to get to. It is Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the other qualifying match for the win for the men. And since you're so excited, I'll let you go ahead and tell me who you think is going to win first.
I'm gonna say Finn Balor. Oh no, Seth Rollins, because something's gonna go down with that. With the whole Elimination Chamber. You know how they did the whole Undertaker Shawn Michaels thing? I was trying to think of how they did that. And it just popped in my head. You know how Shawn Michaels came through the chamber years ago to knock out Undertaker in the chamber, and then cost him the World Heavyweight Championship to set up the WrestleMania match. I feel like that's what they're going to do with Reigns and Rollins. Reigns is going to pop up out of nowhere, spear, Superman punch, whatever, bada bing, bada boom. That's why
I'm going to go the
Rollins
opposite. I'm going to go the opposite direction. I think Finn's going to win, only because I think CM Punk's going to come out and cost him.
Ooh, okay, I like that. That's
kind of similar to what they did with Drew.
Yeah,
I think CM Punk will come out, cost him from being in the chamber. That will help set up their WrestleMania match, because I don't think you want all three of them in the chamber together, because I think it's going to kill some of the blow off of the match that you're going to get at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I don't think you want all three of those elements in the Elimination Chamber together. You've already got two of them. So I definitely think CM Punk comes out, or the Judgment Day, or something happens. It's not a clean win, obviously, but I think Finn Balor gets the win and goes on to the Elimination Chamber. Just because I think he would be better in it, and it creates a different story for Finn as well. Let's see. Dominica is going to mess it up. So you think Dom?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking like Carlito or Dom would mess it up for him.
So apparently I'm on an island because he thinks Seth Rollins win as well. And that's true. I mean, he's definitely been more of a faction member, obviously, because it's not like he's been out prominent. So, but I just think it's time. I think we'll let Finn go in there, and he's just going to end up being fodder in the Elimination Chamber anyway. He has no chance of winning it. But I think that would be a good way to further the Seth Rollins feud with CM Punk and all that. If CM Punk comes out and costs him,
No, I feel that.
that's true.
He is. But
It'd be nice to see Carlito do something.
He says he's got a few more years left in him, a few more good years left in him.
And I appreciate that, Herb. And if it doesn't, we can go get some alcohol. I'll run to the store after the show, get some alcohol for our island. 100%.
Mm.
And Mr. U agrees with that as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is the last Raw slide. Yep. Anything else from Raw you want to bring up that caught your eye?
We already talked about a lot about Dom, so no, we're good. I know what you're doing right there, and we already talked about a lot about Dom, so we're good.
Okay, good. Moving on. SmackDown. Alexa Bliss heading out to the women's chamber on the SmackDown side of it, beating Candice LeRae. It's official. She's on SmackDown 100% now. They got that announcement, which I'm thinking is probably why they didn't announce a lot of matches beforehand. We talked about that last week, that they didn't really announce a whole lot of pre-matches. And I think that was because they didn't want to let everybody know that McIntyre and Alexa Bliss were originally going to be there for good. I think they wanted to keep that suspense as much as possible. But definitely, I won't say it's a great match, because you could definitely tell she had some ring rust. There was some spots in there that I thought she was still trying to find herself. You can tell me what you thought, but that's kind of what I thought. But I definitely agree with her being in the chamber. I think it'll be really good for her.
Well, first off, let's talk about that sign right there. All right, I love it. Excellent. Let's talk about that sign real fast. I love that sign. John Cena right there, show up to work. You know, you really think he's gonna show up to work? No. First off, I know there's rumors going around that she's going to be back with Wyatt 6, okay, going on. But yet, I think there was a hint to it with the whole Sister Abigail DDT, which I thought was cool. Isn't that what Ludwig does? And he doesn't call it that. So what is he, what is it really called? And I was really confused about that.
Beyond that, you also had the glitches during the match. I mean, they're pushing it pretty hard.
Yes,
no, I some of the Wyatt glitches during the match. So
yeah, and
there.
It's just, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think she should go back to that. I think she should definitely keep the Fiend jacket and go to a different gimmick. She's not. I don't know why they want to go back with her like that. I liked her by herself, and maybe she could do things by herself again. Yeah, that'd be great. Sorry, my hands are going everywhere.
You're excited. That's what it's all about. Wrestling gets you excited. That's what we like. I like it and this goes to Lady Alpha's point. I like it if she becomes the new leader, especially with Bo being out. She kind of takes over that mantle, because it gives some layers and depth for when Bo comes back. Because then who becomes the leader there? What happens? What happens at that point? And it gives you a little tension within the group that you can play on when he comes back. That way, it's not just a foregone conclusion of how everything's going. Yep. And I think that's for that is. Stampede, I have as much as last time I did that she was in the scenario, so apparently not much.
Well, no, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. She was so much better as the 5 Feet of Fury. People were more invested in it. When she started doing this hocus pocus voodoo nonsense.
So here's the thing, though. The part about that was because you had Alexa Bliss playing a character in Bray's world, in the Fiend's world. But he's going to overshadow anyone. I think if you look at the people who have there now, I don't think that any of the people there will overshadow Alexa Bliss. So I think she will become more prominent. So it will still feel like it's her group.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I get that. Yeah.
I get it. I get it when she was with the Fiend with Bray Wyatt, because no matter who he's with, he's going to overshadow them.
Yeah, no, I get that.
He kind of got lost in that shuffle. I think with her being the leader here and then having the turmoil when Bo comes back, I think gives it a different dynamic where both of them can shine and everybody else can be highlighted as well.
No, I feel that. I do feel that. And yes, I agree with you, TC. That is going to be a good tag team. They were a tag team once upon a time. People forget about that.
Yeah.
Nikki and
And
Alexa. I'm sorry.
and that's kind of my point. I mean, you've got to have some of that in a faction. You can't have a faction of all main event people. I mean, it just to me, it just doesn't make sense. Your faction has to go throughout the card. That's just my opinion.
No, I feel that. I do feel that.
Like, I mean, just like every other faction, I don't know of anybody who had an entire faction of all main event people all the time, because then it just gets jumbled very quickly.
Shield.
You can't have a faction that lasts. They weren't all main event at the time when the Shield was there. They became main eventers. They weren't all there. They weren't all there.
Not all. You're right. Yeah, not at one time. Yeah, well, at one time, yes, they all main evented the Money in the Bank at one time.
Yeah, but when they started the Shield and when they ran the Shield.
Oh yeah, no, they weren't main eventers right away. No.
That's a very good question, though, Stampede. I don't know who would a breakout person be
in that faction.
I would like it to be Loomis.
I was gonna say Loomis or Gacy, right?
I would go with Loomis, but I think they're gonna try to focus them on the tag team. I don't think it's Rowan.
No, heck no.
For as much as I like Rowan, I don't see him as that kind of guy. But I think Loomis could be it because I like his style a little bit more. I think he could do it. He's had other gimmicks that have gotten over a lot better by himself.
Without even talking.
With some of the weird stuff. So I think he could be. Depends on how they book him, obviously, but I think he could be.
Without even talking. Here's a thumbs up.
Well, and that was the point, TC. None of them, while they were in the Shield, none of them were main eventers. That was the point of the Shield.
Yeah.
They were the main event as a group, but they weren't the main event until they broke apart. Then they all became main events after that. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. He's kind of the heavy, the muscle kind of thing. And I don't think Bo Dallas is the breakout. I don't think he goes any further because I think that the gimmick has a ceiling to it. Unfortunately, I really do believe that with the Uncle Howdy stuff. I don't think it would be as good without the group, and I don't think if they ever broke up, I don't think it would go very far. And that's as much as I like Bo Dallas, I just don't see it happening.
Yep.
So. But Alexa Bliss does get in the chamber. She's in that match. Hopefully she gets rid of some of the ring rust. Hopefully they can give her some more, because some points of that match was rough. Just being completely honest. I mean, Candice LeRae, is a good person to put in there with her to help her through some of that stuff, because Candice is a professional. She is always going to be a professional. She's really good at what she does. She doesn't get enough credit for that. But you could definitely tell Alexa was still trying to get her feet. All right, moving on. The tag team division does heat up a little bit with the new attitude of the Street Profits, kind of the new attitude, the reformed attitude. I loved this promo. I'll let you kind of talk about it, but I loved it. I loved every bit of this.
I loved every single second of this. It was like, what was this? What the Hurt Business or the Hurt? During the time of the Hurt, whatever they were.
We don't say that name anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. The HB. All right. Where was this? But yeah, these guys. I think
technically when they were with Bobby, they were called the Pride.
I think they were called the Pride. That's what I was trying to think of.
Pride.
It was like when I said Hurt Business, I was like, hold on, no, that's not them. I think it was the Pride. But yeah, no, I loved every second of it. I like that the violence will be televised. Oh, how much violence are we talking about? Are we, is this on 1,000 Ways to Die, or is this, just some jackass violence?
Oh, I hope it's beat everybody down violence.
Yes,
I want to see them getting away from the party, the cups, the dancing. We all know they can do that. We know they can be entertaining as hell when they're doing all that kind of stuff. I want to see a different Street Profits.
It's been what?
I want to see them come in and just be violent. And like I said, the violence will be televised. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I just want to see them wreck everybody. That was a decent start with the crutch and everything.
Yeah.
Referenced it in the promo.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Give me this all day long. I will take this heel Street Profit group. And I love the fact that they talked about everybody else breaks up into this. We're still together.
Yep.
I love the fact that they highlighted that, because as much as everybody, including myself, have talked about them breaking up and Montez going out on his own, I'm glad
they
brought that up. And they not only that they didn't do it, that they brought it up and said, look here, we don't give a crap what you think. This is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. And we don't care.
No, I feel that.
I don't even know. I guess you can consider it a tweener. Just because it depends on who they're beating the crap out of. Everybody hated it when they did it to Motor City Machine Guns, but when they turned around and hit DIY, they loved it. So I guess I can see that. But it's just nice to have a little bit of an edgier style from them, and getting away from the dancing and the cups and all that. But then we did have a slide as well about DIY getting beat by Pretty Deadly, so that helps them a little bit. I still don't think it does much for Pretty Deadly.
Yes, boy.
Right now, they need a lot more help.
A lot more, yes, boy.
Because they've just treated them so badly going up to now.
Hey,
but definitely the tag teams are on the rise, man. On both shows, we talked about it on Raw. I'll talk about it here with these guys.
Yep.
The tag team division is looking better currently in 2025 than they did most of the time in 2024.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Hopefully they will continue that and not let it crap out like it has in the past.
Yes.
Keep that momentum with the tag teams going forward, please.
Yes, please. Please do it. Do it. Do it.
Then lo and behold, Solo returns. You had the tag match in the main event, Jay and Cody versus Tama and good Lord, I just blanked. Jacob Fatu in the main event there. And then Solo returns at the end. Kind of looks like we're going more back to an old school Solo. He didn't have a suit on. He didn't have anything like that. He had just the all blacks with the hoodie, kind of like he first came in. So do you think this is a kind of a turn that we get more of a old school? Like it's weird to say old school because he's only been around for a couple of years, but an old school Solo where he's just more the street king?
Well, I hope so. Champ? I hope so. He's better that way than what. I mean, I like what he was doing and stuff. Don't get it twisted. Some of the promos were good, but he's way better that way. Being the street champ. But there was something I think it was either TC or Espan said to me. It was TC then because he just put it. So he thinks that they're about to feud, and once Cody beats Solo for the championship, that's when Jacob is going to turn on Solo. He's like, listen, you can't get the job done for the family, but I can. And so hopefully we get a Solo versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. That'd be cool. In my book, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. I agree with that. As long as Jacob wins.
Yeah, he has to win. Yeah, and he has to win like it's Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston. Yeah, he's got to come out there and just beat down Solo.
I don't know that we want to go that drastic. I mean, I think it should be a fairly good squash, but I don't think it should ever be that drastic.
No, not 10 seconds. No, not 10 seconds. No, please.
And one more point on the tag teams that Stampede put on as we were going. That is a very good thought. Is build up the Motor City Machine Guns history, let everybody know what they're doing, and then just let the Profits destroy them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like that.
Raj, what's up? Welcome in, Raj, the other half of the Herb and Raj podcast. You can catch those guys every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central on their YouTube page, the Herb and Raj podcast. Great college football and just regular great guys in general. Two of my best friends, almost like brothers to me. So I love both of those guys. Make sure you check them out. Go support them. Subscribe, follow, all that good stuff for them as well.
Do it.
Nobody has kept him down yet. Solo's been beat. I guess you're talking about Jacob?
Yeah, Jacob.
Okay. And we've at least got to be in the back half.
I was going to say, I think
2 years ago we were in the third inning.
You've
got to at least be at like the seventh inning stretch.
I was going to say, I think we're in the stretch by now. I think we're in the stretch. I think I think this is going to be like 04 when the Red Sox came back against the Yankees, all right, and where it was like 13, 14-hour long games. We're definitely going to hit extra innings.
Yeah. And sorry, I did misspeak. I did not destroy them, but just book a good, clean match.
No, that's a good match.
Go over, earn the win. So yeah, definitely that's my bad. I did say destroy. You didn't put it on there. I apologize for that. But definitely. Great chat with you three. That's not the one I was going. So is Raj the good half or bad half? I'm not going to answer that. Just because I love you both. But I do appreciate that you would trade Raj for me in a heartbeat. I do appreciate it. We'll see what happens after Saturday. For those behind the scenes, I live fairly close to Herb, and I'm going to be at Herb's house on Saturday, so we'll see then. And I agree, the bloodline should be winding down. I mean, it's time. It's time. And a third, rain delay, definitely.
It's a rain delay.
It's definitely been going on a long time.
Stop. Don't lick my face.
The Major League Baseball pun, it was definitely the perfect one because Major League Baseball is the longest sport in the history of the world. So that was definitely the best analogy to use, I guess was a better way to say.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
The dads are fighting at the dining table. That's pretty good. All right. And then next up, we've got a couple qualifying matches and a title match. First up, we'll start with the qualifying matches. You've got Chelsea Green versus Naomi for an Elimination Chamber qualifying match as well. Who do you have in that one real quick?
Naomi, because she could do the acrobats and stuff like that. I think that she's going to be in there for all of the stuff that she can do. What we were talking about with Logan Paul, she can do the same thing, but not to the extent where she's climbing to the top of the cage and just dropping herself, but I can see her jumping off of a pod or something.
You said Chelsea?
No, Naomi.
I just want to see Chelsea.
Everybody wants to see Chelsea.
I just want more Chelsea on my screen.
Everybody wants that. There's even people petitioning Chelsea versus Penta again. Yeah.
I'd take that. I watched Lucha Underground. I've seen it.
I did too. I loved it. Oh my God. People are not ready for that type of match. They're really not.
I mean, the Bloodline, yeah, except for the Usos, I think they go back to being a tag team after the whole Jey Uso thing. This time next year, I think they'll probably be back as a tag team.
Yeah, you heard.
And then Roman kind of goes off in his own. You're going to get a couple of tags out of it. You may obviously the Tongan boys will be a tag team together, but I'm ready for them to see kind of go off and do their own things. Let them go. Let them break apart. It's time.
To answer TC real fast, no, I think that happens at Elimination Chamber. There's some stuff that's going to happen there to build up for WrestleMania, or even the Friday after. I don't know.
I agree, Stampede. Mike and Sped should have ran a couple. Sped doesn't know this, but he can't get rid of me if he tried.
I would never.
He's now stuck with me.
Yeah.
So
fine.
So there's
cool
that.
Cool with that.
And he says Piper may mess it up. So
that's why I think
that's a good shout too.
Yeah, I think Naomi is going to get in for, she's the acrobat.
Oh, what did I do? I'm sorry, TC. I'm not sure what I did.
TC.
I'll take it though, brother.
Nah, he's messing.
And everybody giving love to the Mike and Sped tag team there. But let's get back to this. What did I do that you didn't like? Because I can do it again. I stand on business. I stand on what I said. So whatever it was, I'm sure I meant it.
Not me. I don't know.
Not you.
No, I do. I'm just messing around. But no.
So we wait on TC to answer. We will. I just want Chelsea to win. I think it makes more sense for Naomi to win.
Yeah.
With everything going on with them, I would like to see as long as I get another Chelsea match. Chelsea can defend her title at Elimination Chamber.
I love Chelsea Green. She's the greatest.
I find it hard to believe that she won't be on the show in some capacity though, since it's in Toronto and she's Canadian. Okay. He doesn't want the Usos back as a tag team.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Okay. I got you because I know the yeet. That's fine.
Yeah, it could be no yeet. What's up?
But I do think they should go back. They're one of the greatest tag teams that the WWE's had in a while. I mean, I think at some point they should reform and they should go on another run. That's just how I feel. But no, Chelsea's definitely going to be on the Elimination Chamber card, whether she's in the chamber or not, or whether she's. I would actually really like her defend her title. Imagine that. I'd like to see a champion defend her title a little bit more.
I would
That's
love
crazy talk, I know.
To defend their title at least once a month. At least. Maybe
but
twice.
As long as she's on the card, that's the main thing.
Yeah, once every other month. Okay, fine. We'll give you 60 days.
And I'm torn between the match I want to talk about next, because as much as I don't want to disrespect the women's title match between Tiffany and Nia, I'm going to save the other one for last just because it may be my favorite match of the week. Who do you think? Obviously, we both think Tiffany's going to win. Neither one of us thinks Nia is going to win. They're setting it up. They're going to try to make Tiffany look strong. So when Charlotte picks her, there's a good reason for it. She's not going to be in the chamber or anything like that. I think Charlotte makes her choice maybe on Friday after the match. I think once she wins, because she talked about that Tiffany hadn't earned her respect yet. So I think after she beats Nia, I think she'll come out and say, all right, kid, you got something here. Let's do this at WrestleMania. And then they get to build from there.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree with that. I do. Everybody knows that they're going to be dragging it out, but whatever. I do agree with
in Chelsea's defense, she's defended it twice. It's just been against the same person each time.
Same person. But yeah, no. I agree. Tiffany's going to win, and then makes her look better for Charlotte. But maybe Charlotte comes out at the end of that match and be like, "All right, I pick you," or something like that. Yeah. So
that's kind of what I think will happen.
But no, to the match that everybody's talking about, Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, and Damian Priest.
What will be my main event, no matter where it goes off on the card? The qualifying match between just a lot of big meaty men. To take the words out of Big E's mouth, that's one of my favorite lines. It's funny as crap. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Big E's favorite match on YouTube. And so he describes his favorite match. It's hilarious.
It is funny.
Damian Priest, Braun Strowman, and Jacob Fatu battle to see who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. Out of this trio, man, it's hard to pick. Who do you think goes? Who do you think makes it onto the chamber?
Man, it's probably gonna be Damian Priest, to be honest with you. Because you got Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman doing their thing. So I'm gonna have to go with. I want Fatu to win, TC, and and I know there's probably other people out there saying Fatu as well, but I'm just saying the way it looks, I think it's Damian Priest that wins it, and we get a Jacob Fatu Braun Strowman match going on.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. I don't think there's any way. I think they take each other out and then end up having the third match or the next match. Hopefully, Elimination Chamber. Let them go crazy on each other there and let that be cool. The blow off to their feud.
Yeah.
So they can just kind of be done with each other after that. Which Jacob should kill him in that match.
Solo ain't taking back that title. He ain't going in there and be like, "Hey, Jacob, give me that spot. I deserve it."
No.
Nah.
And Jacob wouldn't do it anyway. At this point, it wouldn't make sense for Jacob to.
None.
Yes. Next year, even if it's the chamber or whatever, Fatu needs to have a title shot at WrestleMania next year, one way or the other. If he continues on the trajectory he's on.
What if he wins? Because there's a rumor going around that he might win Money in the Bank.
I don't know. That's way too far away to
Isn't that way about it? July. June, July.
All right. Next
time does this start?
Whenever the All-Star Game festivities are over on TBS.
Okay.
Because you've got the slam dunk and the 3-point contest going on Saturday night. This is immediately after the All-Star festivities on TBS.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
But it is Grand Slam Australia on Saturday night, AEW. This will be a non-title match, so I'm not putting the AEW crown on the line since it is just a normal televised show, kind of like Saturday night's main event, since we didn't do it for the Saturday night main event as well. But we will go through and we will predict every match. Let us know who you think is going to win as well as we go through. First up, you've got what they're calling the All-Star Tag Team, which I would agree with. Kenny
Yeah.
Omega and Will Ospreay taking on Takeshita and Fletcher. Who do you have winning this one and why?
Man, I keep going over in my head over and over on this one. Like, there's so many possibilities that could go down. Omega turning on Osprey, or I understand there's a lot of people. Oh, that's not gonna happen right now. I understand that, but I mean, it's right there. It's in our face. We don't know what Tony Khan's ever gonna do. So I'm definitely gonna say Takesha and Fletcher win this one. Just feel like Takesha's the best wrestler on that roster in my book. The dude is freaking crazy good, and I think that Omega and Osprey are not on the same page. They're not going to be on the same page tagging. Like as Don Callis family is, and they're not going to be there. It's just they're going to butt heads. They're going to get in each other's way. Something's going to happen because they're not used to each other. And it's going to cost them the match.
You have your notebook down so you can write all this down? You ready to go?
Yeah, go.
So I actually agree with Stampede. I think Omega and Ospreay are going to, and I'll put this first because I think they may actually let it kick off the show. I think it's going to be a good way to have the crowd really hype at the beginning of the show. I don't see how they let them. I get it. I love Takeshita. Fletcher is up and coming, one of the better younger wrestlers on the roster. They are going to do a lot with him. But I don't see how you don't let Ospreay and Omega win this. It's Omega's first big match back, really. I don't see how they let them lose. So I think Omega and Ospreay, and I do think it sets up Omega to do some other stuff with the Don Callis family. I don't necessarily go straight for Okada.
Not yet.
And I think hopefully it sets up an Ospreay Fletcher kind of blow off match to finish off their feud. I'd like to see them go 1-on-1.
That'd be cool.
So Ospreay Takeshita turns on Callis.
That'd be cool.
Interesting. I don't see that happening, but neither do you really, because you even say you don't think it's going to happen. But that's an interesting thought. All right. So the first disagreement on the first match there. And I agree. Takeshita's on another plane than everybody else. Yeah,
he is on a different planet. I love it.
I think thank you, Lady Alpha. Have a great night.
Peace.
Hope you feel better. Yeah, I think they all kind of take on that. I think Omega and Ospreay need the win more than Takeshita and Fletcher do. So definitely think it's going to go that way. Next up, you've got the TBS title match, Mercedes Moné against Harley Cameron in her hometown. I'll go ahead and go first just because I think it's an easy one. I think both of us are going to pick the same one. As much as I would love to see Harley Cameron go over here, it's not going to happen. Mercedes Moné is going to win.
Yeah.
Harley Cameron is one of the more entertaining people on AEW television right now.
Yep.
But there's no way they let Moné lose the TBS title.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Then we will move right on. Hopefully they get more time than that during the actual match.
Yeah.
Yes. Sell the dolls, Tony. Please sell the puppets.
Do it.
So Dustin Rose is producing the match. That's a good sign.
Oh wow.
So hopefully I think it will be a good match because Harley Cameron has gotten better every time I've seen her in the ring. So I don't think it'll be like a squash or anything. But I think it's going to be very entertaining, and I agree. I think Harley Cameron only goes up from there. And that's an interesting thought. Maybe we get a part where Harley's actually got her in jeopardy, and maybe she gets somebody else to come out because I would imagine they probably want to replace the security detail she had. They still wanted to have somebody there with her. Yeah. As far as Mercedes, and maybe she comes out and costs her just to get some more heat. But yeah, definitely Mercedes Moné is taking that. Next up, you have Kazuchika Okada versus Buddy Matthews for the Continental Championship.
Yep.
Sorry, my brain went blank for a second. Buddy Matthews, again, the hometown guy. I'll let you go first on this one.
All right. So you got one hometown boy winning, and then you got the hometown girl losing. So I'm going to go with the hometown boy losing. Okada's going to win. Wait, I said it way backwards. My bad.
You had. That's right, because you had Fletcher winning. That's right. My bad.
Yeah. That's my
I
bad.
got you. When you said you, I thought you were talking to me. I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't have the.
I got it backwards when I was saying that. That's my fault.
I forgot Sped talks about Sped in the third person.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna go with Okada on this one. I just don't see them giving Buddy Matthews a single titles run right, or really ever. Maybe a tag run again.
And Stampede, you're killing me, man. And you'll see why. It's not that I disagree with Stampede. That's the problem, is I agree, and he always puts the comment up before I say it.
Yeah.
But I actually think they're going to do something with Buddy here.
Nice.
But I think, they give Buddy Matthews the title. They've kind of broken free from the House of Black.
Yep.
So I think they're gonna give them a little bit of a push. I hope the same thing comes for Brody King. I like having him win in Australia here to give him that moment, kind of to Michael's point here. So I think Buddy pulls it out, and then let Okada, maybe like Stampede said earlier, let Okada go into a feud with somebody else like Omega or something like that, and then go from there. Yeah, that Okada Omega doesn't need a title at all. That's 100% true. I mean, that match stands on its own no matter what. No belts are needed or anything like that. And it would make Buddy Matthews. I mean, that would, as much as we don't do the Continental title a lot during the year, I think he can make that title better by coming out every week and defending it. So I think that would be really good. Next up, you've got the Death Riders in the tag team Brisbane Brawl match against Cope and Jay White. Cope, the newly crowned number one contender, I guess. He got the title shot on Wednesday after threatening to destroy the briefcase. The briefcase that's not supposed to matter because Moxley is the embodiment of the championship, and it's just anyway. You see, I wasn't happy about that segment. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that segment.
No.
But in the Brisbane Brawl, who do you think wins the match?
All right, listen here. I always go with Jay White. So Jay White and Cope. I'm going to go with those guys. I think, you said it. Cope is trying to gain some momentum, and it looks like he's going to take the AEW championship. Okay. We all know that's not going to happen. Right now, it is the Death Riders title to hold until somebody actually steps up. I don't think it's Cope, that wins it.
Hey, brother?
Yeah, just swallowed the wrong way.
You're good. I agree. For some reason, I'm as much as I've gone with the Death Riders in a lot of these situations, I think it's just the way that it's been going. I think Copeland and Jay White win, setting up the title match at Revolution.
Yep.
I think that's just the way it goes.
I had to think about what the next one was.
And Stampede with an interesting. The title's not in the briefcase, but what is in the briefcase? Let us know in the comments what everybody thinks maybe in the briefcase if it's not the title.
More slime. I mean, we've seen what he did with the briefcase before.
Yeah, this match makes no sense. It'll
None.
be good, but the Riders saving AEW from themselves, and yeah, that's true. And then obviously Herb doesn't want Sped to die.
Not yet.
Do we? Switchblade was up the last show. Okay, that's a good point.
That's true.
The thing is, who's stepping up? There's about 7 to 8 people stepping up, but are there really though?
I don't think so. You can't really call Orange Cassidy stepping up like that when he faltered out like real fast.
Yeah, I mean, I was all on board the Death Riders the first for a while, but it's kind of fizzling out for me.
Yeah.
I maybe Saturday I'll change that with this match. I don't know. I hate to just be down about it, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. It seems repetitive. It seems like they haven't really had a good direction for it. I don't know that Hope is the right person to challenge for it, because the whole point was I want the younger guys to be to take the reins, to step up, to learn what it is to be a champion, and how does Cope fit that? I'd be a lot happier if Jay White's the one that had the title shot at Revolution, because then at least it's not a former WWE guy. The same as Mox, everything else like that. So I don't know, man. I get what about this match.
I get what you're saying. No, trust me, I do.
And we should do that sometime. We should have a show. I'll get with you offline. We'll have just a fantasy booking show one day where we go through and fantasy book just different things. AEW and WWE. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll get together on it.
That'd be dope.
All right, next up, what I think should be the main event, just because it's been, to me, the best story in wrestling for the past few years. I gave my official apology last week after the amazing performance Toni Storm put out on last week's show. It is the AEW Women's World Champion Mariah May versus Toni Storm. I couldn't find a graphic that had timeless on there, unfortunately. So unfortunately, we don't get that part. But Sped,
Toni Storm. I'm going with Toni Storm on this one.
Quick, dude.
Yeah, I'm quick about it because we've been talking about it, and she is the best thing they got going women's wise on their roster. Okay, Amnesia to finding who she is to everything that she's been doing to cosplaying as Mariah May. It has been phenomenal, and a lot of people can dog on what she's done in the past. But what she's doing right now is what you've been saying. What she's doing in the present, that's what matters. And that's why I think she wins right here. Because everything that she's doing has been phenomenal.
Yeah. So before I give my pick, I'm going to go to Stampede's point where we mentioned that we don't see anybody stepping up, and he gives a list. So here's what all of these people have in common, except for maybe Copeland, is none of those people have actually really stepped up. They've talked about it. They've mentioned it, but none of them have really done anything. They've all gone off to other things. Hangman is in with MJF. They're going at each other now, not really over the title just because they don't like each other. MJF is just MJF. He's going to go after whatever. Darby's off climbing mountains. Swerve is going around with Ricochet and with Hangman and everything else. Jay White, you could probably put in a little bit of that because he's at least been focused with Copeland. Christian's had that contract forever and has really done nothing with it but just teased it. You've got Hobbs. I'll give you Hobbs. He had his match there. But not all their eyes are focused on the title. They're all focused everywhere else, and they talk about the title. That's the problem. That's the point to me, is they all talk about wanting to focus on the title, but then they get distracted by going to everything else. That's what the story looks at for me.
No, I feel what you're saying about that.
And that right there, the same what Nana was just talking about. He's doing everything else, but actually going on the now. If Swerve starts going for the title, he's the perfect guy.
Yep.
I would love to see Swerve take out Moxley. I think that would be amazing. Or Ospreay. You mentioned Ospreay. I'd like to see him do it.
Yeah, those guys.
Either one of those two, I think, would be good.
Yeah.
So those two could definitely do it, but they haven't yet. They've all been focused on everything else but the actual match for the title. They all talk about the title, but they don't do anything about it. It's always something else stepping in the way. And I think that's been Moxley's point up until now, but now with Cope and everything else, it's just kind of got convoluted and weird. But back to this match. Sorry, I got off on a tangent there. I apologize, everybody.
Tangent.
Man, this one's hard.
It was hard.
This is hard. Stampede said Mariah May. Where's Mike? Michael is Tony wins or we riot. And I kind of go with what Michael says. I think it's Toni Storm. I think you go back to it. I just think it makes perfect sense. You're in Australia. You're there with her hometown. She's built back up. She's done the character. I think it's just time for her to take that title. And you know what? Let Mariah May have it again at the next big show at Revolution. Let them have another. Let them have a blow off match there. And if you want Mariah May to take it there so she can carry on to the next feud, that's perfectly fine. But let Toni Storm win this. Have her moment in Australia. She deserves it for the work she's been putting in. over the past couple of years with this character. Mariame's had her time with the belt for everything she's done, but this is Tony's time to, for lack of a better term, to take the title in her hometown, have that moment, celebrate in front of her home country, and be the champion again. All right. That is all for Grand Slam. I still think it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a lot of great wrestling. AEW shows always are. But now we will move on to our main event, NXT Vengeance Day.
I'm still thinking about going to this.
With my NXT run-in title on the line and the spot of being Emperor on the line. And I will stop. I get it. It doesn't always play. It doesn't always play out everywhere. But I think this one would be a good one to do it. All right. First up, which we will pause on Vengeance Day and get your thoughts about Ricky Starks showing up in NXT.
Did you get? I know that it's not the same.
I'm sorry. Hold on. We get somebody showing up in NXT. May not exactly be Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nobody's ever really said his name still.
Yeah, well, except for the crowd.
Yeah.
But no, I get what you're saying. Now, this is not on the same level, but it gave me the same vibes as, what was it, Rick Rude showing up on WCW while Monday Night Raw was airing. You know, it was a recorded, time, and then, he 24 hours later, he gets cut, and then 24 hours later, he's in NXT, So I thought it was actually pretty cool. And hey, look, he's finally on TV. He's getting what he wants. He's probably happy with the money that he's making. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a huge Ricky Starks fan. He's always been good.
Yep.
I think he'll do good in NXT. I'm kind of glad they didn't put him on the main roster because I don't know where he would fit in the main roster right now. I think he fits better on NXT for now.
Yes.
The NXT roster can use some more men's singles competitors.
He can fit in the main event category after Oba drops the title.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to handle that either. He did win the Defy World Championship last week over Penta or Kenta.
Oh, wow.
Not Penta. Wrong. Inta.
Inta.
So I don't know how I know they've already pulled him from one indie show. I heard that yesterday that he's had one booking pulled. So I don't know how they're going to manage that. And yes, they said no complete calls. And he said, yep, deuces, I'm out. See you Tuesday. That's a good shout. I could see him with Tony D, although Tony D's a little busy with Spears after what happened on Tuesday night. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I think he needs to be in NXT. Hopefully, he will still be Ricky Starks. Yeah. I hopefully that was just them teasing it, just to prove, WWE, Shawn Michaels just wanted to prove a point that he can show up and everybody knows who he is. He doesn't have to have a lot of stuff because the crowd was chanting his name.
Yep.
So I think that was a good way to kind of get it, to kind of put a little pub in there to go, okay, everybody knows who this guy is. We're okay. Yeah, no, I think it'd be a good matchup.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm not sure who has the trademark for Starks right now. I don't know. That's all behind the scenes, and I have no idea. But we will get on to the show. Hopefully he does a great time. And look, just like I hope anybody that WWE releases, that I hope they find a place that makes them happy, that they get to do what they love to do with anybody. Whether it's Ricky Starks, whether it's B. Priestley / whatever her name was in WWE, I forget. She'll always be Priestley to me. I hope everybody just gets a chance to do what they love to do. The better that is, the better it is for us wrestling fans, because the more wrestling we'll get to watch, and it'll be better because everybody's enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah,
that's the important thing. So, all right. First up, we will start with the grudge match: Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. You're up first. Who you got?
I'm going to Evans. You don't break your man doesn't break your jaw, and you don't come out and try to whoop his ass. All right, I'm going with Evans.
I think it's interesting. that she made him sign the clause or whatever. I was hoping they were going to make this like an unsanctioned match
Yeah, I thought the same
to increase
thing.
some of the violence. I thought that would have been a good stipulation to put on it.
Yes,
But just having Javon say, "Well, we're not liable if you get hurt," that was kind of lame, to be completely honest. But I think
stupid.
Javon wins. I think this has been the whole setup to put Javon over.
Yes.
So I think he definitely he gets the win, and then hopefully moves on. Maybe he's the one that takes on Tony D first, or maybe he goes after Lexus. Let him go after the Heritage Cup since it's a 1-match final now. Since he's going back to being a heel, that'd be a good feud between him and Lexus.
That'd be a great feud, yeah. Yeah, he does need the ring. He needs the win.
Yes.
And Ego is the perfect guy for him to beat, to get a win from, former NXT champion. I
think
think
get the pop when he beats him because everybody wants to boo Ethan Page.
Exactly. That's yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see Priestley in Stardom. I know she did a lot of great things over there before. She said, "I'll hold harmless." That's pretty funny. All right, so we both are going Javon there. Moving on, we have the tag team title match that got set up on Tuesday. Fraxium against, I forget the guy that with Briggs' name, against the tag team with Briggs and his tag team partner. I guess that kind of lets you know who I think is going to win. I think it's going to be Fraxium taking the victory. But who do you think takes this one?
All right, well, this is the one that we deter on. I'm going with Briggs and his tag team partner. And listen, I understand you're going to be like, "Oh my God, really? That's dumb." Hey, look, at some point in time, they're going to run out of luck. Fraxium's going to run out of luck.
Team Big Meaty Man, I like it.
That's what I thought it was there for a minute.
It's what it might as well be. Fraxium, St. Pete thinks Fraxium's going to win.
No, I get it. Everybody wants Fraxium to win and stuff, and they're a good tag team.
I didn't say I necessarily wanted them to win. I think they will, though.
That's fine.
This is the least viable tag team that you could have them lose to.
It would be funny.
And trust me, NXT could very well do that just because they're NXT and that's what they do sometimes.
Yes.
But out of all the tag teams they've faced here recently, this is the tag team that I feel the least likely that Fraxium will win, which probably means they're going to lose. Because NXT is going to NXT sometimes, and they like to do that kind of stuff sometimes. They like to just swerve everybody just to swerve everybody.
Yep, they like to throw something at you and like, ha ha.
And which is kind of what Michael's saying. So,
yes.
I mean, that's it. Sometimes it is what it is. I think we're going opposite on that. I just think Fraxium should not lose to this team.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though.
Next up, the one I couldn't really find a good slide for,
this is a hard one.
Strap match. Trick Williams. God, I'm killing it on names tonight. I know
Eddie
the
Thorpe.
name. What? Eddie Thorpe. Thank you. Gosh, what is wrong with me? I apologize,
This one's hard
audience.
to pick. It's also almost 10 o'clock. It's so past 10 o'clock right now. So, yeah.
Your time.
Yeah, well, you're
Either
also.
way.
Yeah.
Trick Williams, Eddie Thorpe, strap match. Who do you think wins?
Look, it's gonna be Trick. I'm gonna go with Trick. Trick is winning, but it's just like you said, they like to throw swerves, and they've been building up what Eddie's doing, and doing this, that, and the third. But Trick is the fan favorite. Trick's gonna win this in DC. Isn't Trick from DC?
He's from Philly.
He's from Philly. That's what it was. Okay.
He's from Philly. And maybe it's why I couldn't remember his name. I'm not a fan of Eddie Thorpe. I'm not a fan of his character. I'm not a fan of really anything I've seen from him. I haven't gotten this from the beginning. At first, he was a DJ.
It was weird.
He was trying to pub up his Native American culture. Then he just kind of drops that. Now it's kind of back, but he's a bad guy. I don't get Eddie Thorpe, so I'm going to go Trick Williams just because I'm not a fan of Eddie Thorpe.
No, I get that.
I think he deserves it.
He doesn't.
And I hate to be that way. You know me. I try to be positive, but this one's just, man, it's hard. I don't get this guy.
I don't either.
All right. Next up, one I can get along with, the North American Championship, Fallon Henley versus Stephanie McCool. No worries remembering everybody's names here, but I'll let you go first. Who do you have winning and why?
Stephanie, and yes, as much as I love Fallon and everything, she is not on the same level as Stephanie on this one. I think Stephanie Vicor wins. She takes the North American um, championship, which is funny. She's from South America, and she's about to be North American champion. Yeah,
Well, I don't think that really matters. Chelsea Green's the U.S. champion, and she's Canadian.
yeah, well, that's close enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's Stephanie.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's Stephanie. There's not much more to add. It's Stephanie.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's only one match so far that we're gonna be watching like crazy, and that's the tag team title match. We're both gonna be like glued.
Yeah, exactly. The All American Championship. Yeah, isn't that what MJF did though? Wasn't that kind of what he did to the?
Yeah, he did. He did. And I still have that.
Yeah.
I can put it back there if you need me to.
No, that's okay. No, we're good. I'm okay with that. No, but Stephanie wins this one. It's going to be a great match. But Stephanie gets crowned, and then we'll go from there.
Yep.
Next up, you've got the 4-way between Julia, Bailey, Roxanne, and Cora Jade. Who you got?
Julia. Hold on one quick. Reason being, her her reign's not over yet. That's not. These three women are there to make her look great. Okay, Bailey is there to make them all look good. Cora's going over to NXT. Right, she's over in TNA right now. I think fighting for the Knockouts Championship. I don't have it up.
Yeah, she's been on there a few weeks. I don't know.
But she's going after.
I can't.
She's going after that. So, and then Roxanne just got called up to the main roster. That's why I think Julia wins.
Not technically yet. She's not technically on the main roster. She's getting matches. They haven't officially said she's a part of the main roster yet.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, as much as I hate to agree on this one too, I think it's just kind of there for Julia to showcase. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a great match. I think this match could steal the show.
DC's in for a treat. DC's in for a treat.
I mean, when the weakest competitor is Cora Jade, and that's not anything against Cora Jade.
That's no knock against her whatsoever.
And she's gotten a lot better. You know, Stampede even says she's been booked solidly so far between here and TNA.
Yes, 100%. She has 100%.
But we all kind of agree Julia wins. Michael actually thinks Cora takes the pin. I think Roxanne takes the pin, actually. I think it'll be Roxy. And I think that'll kind of be her swan song. And this will be where she officially goes up after this match. She'll kind of, stay in the ring after the pin, dejected, and it'll be a thank you, Roxy chant. And then she'll officially move on to the main roster to compete for the Elimination Chamber, as we talked about earlier. All right. And then one of the most anticlimactic main events, maybe in the history of anything we've ever done, the NXT Championship, Obafemi versus A-Town Down Under, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. I'll ask just because that's what we do. Who's winning this match?
Oh, I already know who you have. I already had that shit circled, starred, and arrows. Oba.
Yeah, I agree, Stampede. I think that's the right thing to do. I think she gets to get her flowers on the way out. Everybody cheering. So yeah. 100%.
Oh yeah, especially in DC, that's gonna be beautiful.
And yeah, I'm not. I would. It's Oba.
It's Oba.
It's.
This match is not even worth talking. Like I don't understand.
No, it's a good question. Why is this match even a thing?
That's what I was about to ask.
100%. I completely agree. There's a lot of other NXT talents that you could try to put over in this spot. I get none of them would be believable to win, but neither are these two. I don't know why, but I'll enjoy seeing Oba beat the crap out of him. Maybe that's why. Maybe we know that they can sell like nobody's business because both Grayson Waller and Austin Theory can sell like crazy. So maybe we just get some entertaining squashes from Oba where they sell the shit out of it. And it's just a fun watch. So hopefully that's what it is, but we all know Oba's going to win. We are all good to go, and hopefully it's great.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know that they would do the split on NXT. They could though. They could.
I don't think they will.
And TC going with the swerve saying A-Town Down Under, but he's just kidding. That's pretty funny.
Oh, he knows that Oba's about to kill these guys.
Oh yeah.
Oba might throw Grayson into what's that little pond that's right next to the Washington Monument in Lincoln. Right there. Throw his ass into that little pond. That'd be funny. It might be fun. Oh my god.
All right, so that is Vengence Day. We only have one match that we differ on, the tag team match.
Yep. We're gonna be all eyes glued to that match. Sped better win.
Don't let me down, Fraxium.
Let him down for once.
And see, that's the thing, is they're not a joke, really.
They're not.
In this situation, they are.
Listen, we have to remember.
Michael with the
listen, we have to remember. Austin Theory is one hell of a competitor. I mean, he wasn't booked properly for a long time. Now he's getting booked nicely, and he's getting booked to get his ass whooped. But still, we can't forget that he used to be U.S. champion. What, twice? 2 times? He was at WrestleMania.
Guys were just tag team champions not long ago.
Exactly. So we can't forget that. They're pretty good. But
they're not scrubs, but they're definitely going to get their ass kicked in this.
No,
match.
but what it is scrubs is what's coming up next on this Twitter post of the week. I saw those names. Okay, and go ahead and do that.
What he's talking about is WWE filed trademark for some names, and the internet has given them a lot of flack for it.
Horrible.
And so I will let you say your thing because I may have a different take on it.
This is horrible. Okay, look at all these names. All right, when I was looking at this earlier, just going through and stuff like that. Listen, I looked at my wife and said, "Check this out. Look at these names." She goes, "Oh, I like the Mason Holiday." I was like, "Jobber name." Okay. "Oh, I like Tate Wilder." Jobber name. "Oh, I like Draco Knox." Jobber name. Every single one of these names are jobber names. Yeah, you ain't gonna go out there and buy. I'm gonna go buy Ariana Bennett's shirt today. No, jobber. Okay, jobber name. Big Mike's about to hit me up.
This has actually been confirmed that one of them definitely is. I don't think all of them are.
Is it? That one where they're doing at the end.
Yep. So if on the left side of that screen is a guy that looks like he has some dreads.
Yeah,
that is going to be Osiris Griffin. I forget his name before. And see, you do that. And here's the thing: everybody, no. Why is it funny? Tell me why it's funny.
Osiris. I said Orias. Osiris. I can't even say it right. Hold on, let me get a drink.
So while he's doing that, I'll explain why it's not stupid. And if you follow Jacob Black, I think it's Jacob Black. This is the person whose name it was before it was Osiris Griffin. His name has changed. He actually put it out there. So it used to be Jacob Black. He is actually of Egyptian heritage. Osiris is an Egyptian god, and the Griffin is a mythological Egyptian creature.
Yes.
So the name makes a lot of sense.
That does make sense for him. But if it was going to be for anyone else, it's like dumb.
That's why I'm saying you got to. If I threw out the name, okay, let me do this. Let me throw out a name. Bishop Dyer.
Sounds like a priest.
It sounds stupid. But when you look at who it is, it's formerly Baron Corbin, and the reason behind the name, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of people bag on these names because it's just a big group of names, and we know they're going to NXT and all that. But individually, these names aren't as bad as people are making them out to be. It's fun to bag on WWE when they do these things just because we've done it in the past. Give some time. Like I've seen which one is it? Summer Sorrell. Look up Summer Sorrell and look at the character they're putting it with, and that name matches 100%.
Yeah,
the character that the girl plays.
How many of these people are actually going to be out there all with these names?
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know that yet. No, none of us do.
Mason Holiday sounds like Drew. Not Drew. What's his name? Holiday. Matt Holiday's son like his kid finally grew up from baseball. If you watch baseball, you know Matt Holliday.
But my thing is before everybody starts bagging on the names, find
Why
out
are
some
these mixing
context
up?
behind the names. Don't just automatically bag on it because it's fun to bag on the WWE and some of the things they've done in the past.
I'm just messing with the
Give
names.
it some time.
The virus. Go back to that. I just got the virus. That was it.
It's so sorry. I mean, I was just clicking one of Stampede's comments.
Yeah, I was just saying. I saw Stampede and I saw the virus, and I was like, "Well, hold on, what are we talking about here?"
But see, that's the thing. They never think these things out. I get that,
The
but
virus.
when you hear the story about the name, it's very well thought out.
No, and I
For a
like
person
that.
with Egyptian heritage, like he is.
Yes, that
It
is
is
very well.
thought out. And look, I'm not saying every name's a home run. I get it. There are some stupid ones out there.
Yes. I never.
But that's kind of my point. Give it some time. Let these people show you who they are before we automatically bag on groups of names. Because there's a lot of people who have their names. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's kind of my point.
Oh my
that's
god.
all. Give it some time. Don't just automatically do it because
Anybody
it's the
remember
fun
him?
thing to do to bag on WWE.
I bag on everybody's name. Look at TC. The great TC.
Yeah.
What's so great about being TC? I'm playing. See?
But we will switch gears. We will switch gears to the Matchmaker Challenge. Again, we are doing a special Matchmaker Challenge all month in honor of Black History Month. Today, we are doing Black Legends of Wrestling. If you don't know who these people are, I will go over them real quick. I have them written down, thanks to Sped, who picked these out. First, you have Ernie Ladd, who was a legend of the 60s and 70s. Ernie Ladd was a major figure in both football and wrestling, known for his charismatic and larger-than-life persona. You have Bad News Brown, which I do know who. He's no-nonsense wrestler who came up as a force in WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
He had a tough, gritty style, making him a standout in the 80s and 90s. You have Tiger Conway Jr., who obviously I did not know, an early trailblazer in the business. Tiger Conway Jr. worked in NWA as far as in other regional promotions, making history throughout the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And then the one that most people will know is Rocky Johnson down there at the bottom. One of the most influential figures in wrestling. Rocky Johnson was the father of Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, but he was also a trailblazer in his own right, becoming a champion. Gosh, and my brain just went blank. He was a tag team champion with Tony Atlas, making history there as tag team champions, both African Americans there. So a great lineup of legends that you may not know. If you don't know who they are, obviously go back and listen. I will tell you their names again so you can go look up their matches, find out who they are. Ernie Ladd, Bad News Brown, Tiger Conway Jr., and Rocky Johnson in this fatal four-way TRI matchmaker. Who do you have winning?
Well, first off, I want to say this has been fun doing the research on this stuff, learning the history with everybody and what they did and stuff like that. I didn't know half of this stuff, when I was doing it. But to answer your question now, and I think it's Rocky Johnson. Yeah, the guy is built different than the rest of these guys. His training's different. The way he moves, everything else is way different. Rocky. He seems like, in the way I was reading everything, he seemed like he was more an opportunist versus these guys. These guys were more straightforward. While Bad News Brown would beat you down so bad, I did Rocky John pretty much simultaneous. But I do think Bad News Brown would get his licks in. I think everybody would get their licks in this one, but I think it is Rocky Johnson going to get that. Research is knowledge is power. You're 100% right about that. And I love doing this stuff. This has been fun. I can't wait to showcase what next week's is going to be, because that was fun too.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and that's the whole point, Stampede, is we want to do the research. We want to learn more about the history of wrestling that we may not know. We thought it was a great time to showcase some of the lesser known talent in the African American community who has had a big influence on wrestling in general.
Yeah.
I mean, so definitely something we want to shout out and we want to champion. And that's the whole reason we want to focus all this month on all African American talent for Black History Month. So 100%. Michael actually got Ernie Ladd taking it. Great match. Bad News is one of his favorites, but he thinks should after King of the Ring. And that actually leads into my pick, because I think Bad News Brown takes it.
Nice.
I think
Okay.
just his style. I've kind of gone back and watched some matches of all of what I can of all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I actually do know Bad News Brown. I got to see some of his stuff when I was younger. And I just think his style, he just beats the crap out of people, man. It's fun.
Yeah. I had to go back and watch
Rocky Johnson has the power, but I think just the grittiness and everything else, I think Bad News Brown takes it.
No, and I agree with you. Me personally, I'm sitting here and I had to go back and watch them. I didn't get to watch any of these guys growing up. All right, I grew up in the '90s, so I had to go back and watch some of these. Some of them I could not find at all. I can't think of his name right now, and I had the list in front of me, and I just took it away. Bottom left. I couldn't find any of his videos.
Tiger Conway Jr.?
Conway Jr., yes. I couldn't find any of his videos on YouTube that were not taken away or taken down for some odd reason. I don't know. Like you get that little, But yeah, no, this has been fun. I have been enjoying doing this right here.
And we are Stampede. And it started out just putting people together that we liked, that was, obviously people we knew, because having people we don't know is hard to pick matches and stuff like that. So it doesn't really bode well for us picking the matches, but we have enjoyed learning about the wrestlers and stuff like that. So there's definitely going to be more of that. But we are still going to do, our regular ones, which again, not want anybody to think this is the only time we ever showcase African-American wrestlers on the Matchmaker. We've done it many times.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley's been on there.
A few.
Farouk, Ron Simmons.
Farouk,
there's been a lot of different people on there. But we definitely want to shout out people that we don't know and that you guys may not know, so we can both learn something ourselves and teach you guys something about wrestling history and everything else, just because it's what we enjoy. We love it. It's
fun.
You enjoy it, and we want to learn as much as we can. All right. So that is the show. That is the final Matchmaker this time. I will now hand it off to Sped for Sped's final word. Luckily, I will not talk anymore, as much as I've been butchering the English language tonight. So I will say thank you to everybody in the comments. We really appreciate you guys coming in, tuning in every week. Again, make sure you like and subscribe. I will say one more time before he goes with the final word, we are now a proud affiliate of the WWEshop.com. So anytime you want to buy any of your favorite merch for any of your favorite wrestlers, go down to the description of this video. The link is in the description. Click on it. It will take you to the WWE shop and just buy all the stuff. And then we get credit for it. So any way you guys can help us out, we really appreciate that. We are really proud that we have gotten that accomplishment to be an affiliate for them. And hopefully more things to come in the future. With that, I will say thank you one more time. Turn it over to Sped for Sped's final word.
What's good, everybody? All right, listen. Final word is this. TC, pick a better baseball team. Who likes the Cubs? Come on, man. Pick a better baseball team. All right? Nah, I'm playing. I love you guys. I really do. Thank you guys for everything you've done. You guys helped us out with that sponsorship. That's because of you guys. We got more coming, and it's because of y'all. I'm going to do it. Dom beats AJ next week. Watch. Let's go, Dom. Love you guys. Love you.
You're grounded from the final word.
I knew it.
Have a good night, everybody.